Hello everybody, it's Aaron. Welcome to another episode of Feed the Beast. I'm recording this ahead of time because what I want to do is I want to take all of the discs that have stuff on them out of the drive over there and then run a quarry and still void the cobble, dirt, and gravel and then just put everything else on the disc. And then what I want to do after that, and it may or may not be this episode, I'm actually starting the quarry right now before I go to bed. I'll record the rest of the episode tomorrow. I want to get one of the export bus and some import buses and make this thing auto process the ores for us. If we can do that. I'm pretty sure we can. So what I'm going to grab out of here, I'm going to need all the quarry stuff. So I'm just going to grab it. And I have one thing to show you, and then we'll get the quarry going, and we'll see what it fills up. I'm gonna need an energy tesseract. I'm gonna need some landmarks, and I'm gonna need one piece each of cobble, dirt, and gravel, just to set up the void pipe. Unfortunately, there's no way to just grab one of something out of here, but that's all right. Alright, so I've got that. I think that's everything we should need. And what I'm going to do is, after I start the quarry, I'll just knock this gold pipe off and knock this gold pipe off so that everything just goes to black. The way it is now, the ores go to blue, and really, cinnabar is the only thing that goes to green, so I guess I can leave that one. Before we do that, what I wanted to show you was, I made a bunch of these patterns earlier, and it didn't occur to me to make copies for Sam until he mentioned it afterward. So if you want to copy a pattern, you need the pattern that is already encoded, and then you need a blank one. What you do is you put your encoded pattern over here and it shows you the recipe, and then you put your blank pattern in and you click encode, and now I have two of these for encoded assembler patterns, or two encoded assembler patterns for the ME drive. So if you need to make copies for a friend, or if a friend wants to copy or something like that, you're good to go. I put a little pop-up in the last video. If you want to erase this, you equip it, hold shift, and hit your right click to use it, and then it'll make a blank one. So I did not know that. I read it on the wiki today, and I figure I might as well go ahead and mention that to you guys. So I think I need a lever also. And one other real quick thing. I used that storage bus, and I hooked it up to the back of our deep storage unit. So if we look in our network over here, if we type wood, you can see we have 280,000 wood in here. So that thing will access it. I can take it out, put it in. So it's pretty cool that we can, integrate the things that we've already made into this. And I could put one each for all of those other barrels over there, but I'm not going to worry about that, because that's not that big of a deal for me. So I don't have a lever. So let's grab the material to make one. I probably ought to get two of those. I actually probably should make a couple. I want to make a max size quarry. That's why I want to do this. So let's come in here. These are pre-formatted, so nothing is going to go, well, coal and stuff will go on them. Let's take all the pre-formatted ones out. See, that's empty, 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 empty. And these have stuff on them. So we'll just put them all up here, starting at the top. they're all empty. So let's just toss them in a chest over here for now, just for safekeeping. And we still have 5. So let's go get this thing going, and I'll tell you what, actually, I'll just go ahead and set it up, and then when I finish when I come back to record the rest of the episode, we'll take a look and see how much storage it actually filled up. Sam said he filled up one and barely part of another. There are not more than 63 types of items that I'm getting from the quarry, so that shouldn't be an issue. But really the only thing that should be in here right now is the wood. I moved the dirt, cobble, and stuff in the ME chest over here just because I figure I might as well. But really the only thing that's in here is this stuff, and it's not on a disc. So I'm going to go get the quarry going, and then I'll come back when it's done, and we'll see how much it actually how much disk space it actually took up for a max size quarry, and then we'll work on making this system auto process the ores for us. So I will be back when that's done. Welcome back, everybody. The quarry has finished, and before we take a look, it didn't even fill up a 4K disc, and I think I have it right here. I'd call that about 3/4 and 3/4 of the bytes and 3/4 of the types almost. Well, not 3/4 of the types. Whatever. Anyway, somebody brought it to my attention that when I made my advanced circuit recipe, I put more than one redstone, glowstone, and lapis in the recipe. So if we look at it, it's crafting with 16 redstone, 8 lapis, 8 glowstone, when in reality it only needs 6 redstone and 2 each of the lapis and glowstone. So I want to see what happens if it tries to consume those extra resources or not. If we look in here, there's no redstone, there's no lapis, there's no glowstone. I've got it all right here. So I'm going to put in what the recipe says it needs. And what is it? 16 of that. 8 of that, and we'll just leave the 3 lapis because that's no big deal. So I'm going to put this stuff in here. Now if we look, 16 redstone, 8 glowstone, 3 lapis. So where is my recipe? Looks like I already have one in there, so let's get rid of that one. We'll click craft, and it did make it. Nothing is waiting. It did not use the extra redstone or any of the extra resources. So I'm probably going to remake the recipe anyway, just because. But there you have it. If you mess up like I did and put more than is required, it's not gonna mess anything up. So let me take out our stuff that we already had before. It's the bottom 4. A couple of them are pre-formatted. This is the one that actually everything from the quarry is on. Plus, I don't know what's on there. Probably the circuit. Plus a couple of things that I picked off the sides, like I saw some coal, I saw some ferrous ore. Yeah, both of the circuits are on there, and that's it. I had to hook this back up so I could make pistons. I went ahead and made plans for the buses, because I'll probably be making those fairly regularly. But as you can see, we got a fair amount of stuff. 734 copper, 541 tin, 26 diamonds. Those are the notable ones. I didn't get any iridium from this one. However, I was lucky enough when I What did I do with it? Uh-oh. Oh, here it is. I was lucky enough to silk touch it when I was messing with the bees. I saw it there, so I silk touched it. I think I could put it in one of the grinders and it'll give me more than I thought it would. Didn't want to do that. So let me put these guys in here for now, because we're not going to need them. Ooh, maybe we are. I need some ME cable. I'll put them in the bottom and we'll take them out before we start processing. It's so nice to make patterns for things. If I didn't mention, I don't know if I did this before, I made a pattern for the 4K storage. I made one for the 16K storage, and all the components that you need to craft them. So as long as I have the raw materials, it'll make it from start to finish, which is pretty cool. Where is it? I just saw the recipe. Did I not put that one back in there? Yeah, there it is. Not sure what's up with that. And that's coal. I don't need coal for it. Oh, because I'm not viewing craftable. Whoops. Alright, so let's make 10 ought to be good for now. Actually, we'll do 15. Hopefully we have enough stuff in here to make them. We did. Excellent. So what I want to try is something that I think is pretty cool. I forgot I was macerating some cobblestone, or pulverizing some cobblestone. I don't know why it didn't go through, but that's no big deal. We'll just throw that in there for the hell of it. So I have crafted an import bus and an export bus, not in that order, of course. While we're here, let's grab one of each of these. Silver, I think lead pulverizes. Tin, silver, gold, copper, iron, lead. I was told that I should save this ferrous ore because I can use it for Greg Tech, which is why I'm not processing that. So I've built a little room below here, and hopefully I have all my conduit. I do. So basically what I want to do is I want to set up the pulverizer in the powered furnace, and let's just put them right there, and then we'll hit them both with conduit. And I want to make sure this works before I make everything all pretty. So I'm not really going to worry about where it's actually set up for now. So I want to run an ME cable to this. Whoops. I want to put the export bus right here. And I want to put the import bus right there. So in the export bus, I believe I can put these ores. Hopefully it doesn't start working before I'm ready. And then we need to change that to, oh, it started already. Well, that's good. We'll put blue on top. We're going to make the right orange, because everything that we pulverize, we want to actually go in here. And then what we need to do is put that one like that, so that the export bus is putting things into the pulverizer. The import bus pulls things out of the powered furnace. And there's a filter on this. I'm pretty sure the export bus has to have a filter. The import bus does not, because it's already pulling things as soon as they enter the furnace. And you can set it to single items or stacks of items. If you have a plan in here, I think it'll I think it'll craft something. I'm not really sure about that yet. And then you've got your redstone mode, but we're not really interested in that. It's only going to move as much as the thing can take, so you never have to worry about it overflowing. All you have to do is hook it up. So there it is. We're auto processing. The advantage to this is, since this thing will not overflow the machine here, you don't have to worry about putting a hopper on it. You don't have to worry about the speed of your machines or any kind of routing or using your pneumatic tubes and painting colors or anything. If you put your raw ores into the system and you set that up like that, then it will auto process them and bring the cooked ores back into it. And we did get a couple of dust, no big deal, I'll just throw it back in there. But you can see this is going up and this is going down incrementally as there's room. So you could set up, more than one machine if you wanted to. I'm not really worried about that at the moment. I just wanted to see if this would work so that we could actually, bring all of our things in here, all of these ores, and the system will actually auto process them for us, and we don't really have to do anything. So I think what I'm going to do at this point is I'm actually going to move this guy. I'm going to run some ME cable under the floor. I probably have enough, and I'll just hook him up directly to the pneumatic tube so that everything we get from now on goes into the system here. Hopefully there's not a crash or something like that. But yeah, so it's actually working out exactly like I wanted it to. I believe what you can do if you want to make, say, glass, I think you can somehow make a pattern. You may have to put it in the interface, but it looked like there was a place in the export bus, and you need an interface to make the import bus and the export bus, so that makes sense. But I think you can put sand in a pattern somehow to make it cook, so that if you say you want glass, then it'll actually send sand to a furnace or whatever export bus is attached to the furnace, and then you actually get the glass back. Alternately, what you could do is, like we have this thing set up, if you were to use a redstone switch on this, if you wanted glass, you could actually just flip the redstone switch and tell this thing to take cobble. But I'm not going to do it on this one because we've got this thing here, and when you pulverize the cobble, you get that stupid gravel down here, and then the gravel actually jams up the powered furnace unless you set up a buildcraft pipe and like a diamond pipe to kind of filter that out. So this is going to take a while. I'm probably going to do some of it manually because we have all that stuff to process. But I just wanted to see if this works because when I run my next quarry, I'm going to wait until all the ores process. When we run the next quarry, as the ores come in, the AE system will send them to the pulverizer, and then they'll turn into ingots automatically. So that was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. Honestly, I thought it was going to take me a little more time to set that up. but it actually wasn't bad. And I think right now I'm right around 20 minutes. I'm not really sure how long the first segment was. So there is auto processing with applied energistics with the ME storage network. Really easy. You just have to have the stuff, have the infrastructure set up. And I think that I can probably just leave this like this. The gold will probably sit here. I'm not really sure because we have so much copper to process. I'll probably have to come down and check on it, because if this fills up, sometimes the machine will jam up. So that might be an issue. I'll keep an eye on it. If we do this on the fly, that shouldn't be an issue, just like it wasn't an issue with our ore processor before. So we're going to have like 1400 copper in that joint. I made plan for the ME drive because I figure it's easier to make another drive with 16K disks than it would be to use that I/O port to copy all this stuff off of here. So we'll just end up making a row of them like we did. But if you look at this, we need ME basic processors, a chest, glass. That one's not that bad. This thing right here, it takes 3 storage segments, and I made the pattern for the storage segment, which is this one. That takes 3 storage cells, which is this one. So I think that if I have some of these, I think the 64K actually takes 3 of these, whereas each 16K takes 1. So you're cheaper overall to go with the 64K storage. The drawback being you can only put 63 types of items on there. So it's kind of a trade-off. So this thing is awesome. I'm really happy that worked like it did. It's working. That's all I can say. That's it. So I appreciate whoever pointed out that I put the extra things in the advanced circuit recipe, even though it didn't consume the extra resources. It was still a good test to see what happens if. So whoever you are, thank you very much. I think that's all I've got for this episode. I think it's probably time to start industrial craft. I want to hurry up and get solar and MFSUs to run all of the ME stuff. We're using a few more units because of the buses. So I want to hurry up and get that going. And honestly, we don't need, HV for that right now, because this is only 18 EU. But I figure if I have all the machines downstairs, I can still run them off the MJ, since that's, it's already set up. So I will look at all the GregTech stuff and figure out what we need to do, where we need to start, and where we're going to put it. And I think I may throw all these chests that are just scattered around haphazardly, toss them all into the storage network to get them out of the way. So I think that's going to do it for this episode. As usual, if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, suggestions, praise, constructive criticism, whatever, please leave me a comment down below. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you guys next time.